Today we have Kalen Birth with us. He's part of our tremendous team here at Century 21 Senior Properties. Welcome, Cal. So,
wow, glad to be here.
So you've been in the business for how long?
12 years.
12 years. It's amazing.
The hands-on, having a broker that is hands-on, that is, you see, you talk to every day. It's like accountability. It gets you on that schedule, making sure that each client has what they need.
Big things will happen for Kalen Birth.
So, my cell phone is 570-550-4128. Text, call. I'm up usually late anyways.
Yeah. So. That's one thing that's great about working with Cal. So excited today. We have Kalen Birth with us. He's part of our tremendous team here at Century 21 Senior Properties. And so welcome, Cal. So,
wow, glad to be here.
So we're excited to have you. So you've been in the business for how long?
12 years.
12 years. It's amazing. Usually a lot of folks don't make it past a year or two. So for you to survive 12 years really says a lot about yourself. And you've been with our company for how long?
Year and a half.
Year and a half. Okay. Could you share what your thoughts are from being with other companies and now making that transition? What's been the big difference?
I was with two companies before here, one for about 9 years. The biggest difference for me is the hands-on, having a broker that is hands-on, that is, you see, you talk to every day, not just someone that's might be in the office here and there, someone that's actually hands-on and wants to help, you learn and you grow to become the agent, that you want to be.
Yeah. Well, what's interesting about that is 90% is just showing up, right? So we have our, 3 trainings a week.
Yep.
At a very minimum standard. Plus you and I talk outside of those trainings. So we have a call at 8:30 a.m. on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and you never miss. So what's important about not missing?
It's like accountability. It gets you on that schedule. And I feel like for me, at least, having that set schedule, okay, we're 8:30, 11, and then, this is my personal schedule that I made for my time in the office. But just having that for me, the structure is what keeps me motivated and going.
Okay. Well, that's great. One of the things that I definitely see with yourself and your clients is really how much they appreciate your knowledge of being in the business 12 years and your customer service. So talk a little about how does Kalen Birth work with their clients?
First off, some agents are in the business, they're in it for the check. For me, it's not about having 9 closings in 1 month, but it's more of making sure that each client has what they need and it makes the best experience for them versus having 16 closings in 1 month. You know what I mean? It's more that personalized. And I feel like that gets me, the referrals come in from that. Yeah. It's a more referral turnaround per client than just a transaction and they're gone.
Well, one of the things I've noticed is like this year more than any other year, you've had a really growth, a nice jump in the amount of transactions that you're doing. What do you think that's been attributed to in your business?
Putting the time and the effort in, spending the time learning and, going over expired scripts and learning how to overcome the objections was really the biggest thing for me because I was never given that before in any other company that I was with. So that's the biggest for me and really just being held accountable.
So even though we're teaching what to say, what it boils down to is making sure you take care of the client as well. Mm-hmm. So the scripts are just guided.
Yeah.
So you can just figure out from a client's perspective of what's important to them. Right. And, that's on some basis, and that's why you're going to be super successful in this business is that you kind of caught on to that like that.
Yeah.
There wasn't a lot of teaching with you, and that's hard to do. You really caught on to say, okay, I understand the direction of these questions, and you really dig for the motivation. So talk a little bit about that. What do you think? How does your past experiences help you out with that?
I did a lot on my own in the past. I really trained myself a lot. It was kind of, my own negotiating or working with another agent to kind of figure out how to negotiate the deal or get past a certain point. And I feel like with here, I've learned a lot of that. And it was a struggle over the past couple of years. And I feel like if I would have had that and had the structure and the support in the beginning, it would have been a lot easier over the 12 years. But, I hung on there.
Yeah. Well, it was interesting. We were talking about today, 5 years works out to be, I think, 1,835 days, right? So it's not where you are today. It's about where you're going.
Right.
Here's what the awesome thing is. When we look back at this video in 5 years from today, Cal, you're going to be way up here.
Right.
We're super excited. So when we say way up here, we're talking, 30, 40, 50. How many transactions do you see yourself doing in a year? Call it 2, 3, 4 years down the road.
50, 60. I mean, the goal's 100. So,
okay.
But, this year, I think the goal was set for 25. I'm hoping to at least hit 30.
Yeah.
Exceed that a little bit.
Well, you're definitely on track for that, which by hitting that goal, that puts you in the top 30 of realtors that are out there. So there's no reason why you won't hit that. And we're excited to have you here. So, well, thank you so much for being part of the conversation, being part of the Century 21 team. And you know what? Big things will happen for Kalen Birth. So if someone needs to reach out to you, what's the best contact number?
My cell phone is 570-550-4128. Text, call. I'm up usually late anyways.
Yeah. So. That's one thing that's great about working with Cal is, again, the customer service and experience. So if you're looking for someone with great customer service, someone who's been in the business 12 years, which is hard to find, give Cal a call. Thank you, Cal, for being part of the team and looking forward to seeing that growth.
Absolutely. Thanks, Mike.